Hey, what is up you guys? It is the biggest bird on the block, fried chicken. Today I got a short one for you guys. We are going to be taking a look at the Behring BR-2 Shotgun. Now let's start this video off with typical fried chicken seasoning by reading this item's description. Originally designed for the military, Behring decided to sell the BR-2 ballistic shotgun to general public after the initial weapon testers kept requesting to take one home. Featuring a semi-auto fire mode that can rapidly deliver devastating stopping power, the BR-2 is the ideal choice for both offensive and defensive operations. The BR-2 is actually a pretty cool shotgun. It's been in the game for a very long time and it has gone through a series of updates throughout its time living in the verse. This thing used to be trash, then it was overpowered, then they nerfed it, then they brought it back to stature. Right now, I think it's currently at a good spot in the game, as it's not overwhelmingly powerful versus other guns in the verse. Now, this thing is considered a heavy shotgun, just like the Devastator. The other shotguns are considered more medium to light tier shotguns, so this thing will deal a lot of damage just because it's shooting a bigger shell versus some of the other guns in the game. Now, I'm going to skip the PvE test, just because I want to hop directly into Arena Commander just to see how this thing does against PvP combat. Now, I did take this out there into the PvE world and go against some 9-tail goons at bunkers, and what I gotta say about this gun is that it functions almost identically to the Devastator shotgun, minus its range. Its range is almost half in comparison to the Devastator. But let's see what this thing does in PvP combat. Now, I am not the best person when it comes to Arena Commander's combat system. I do like doing PvE a lot more just because it's more simplified versus the PvP aspect of the game. So please bear with me when I'm trying to make these shots. And also remember that players versus NPCs have a bigger health pool versus the NPCs. But this thing does do a fair amount of damage. It is not bad. I can down an enemy anywhere between a single shot to 3 shots as long as I'm in that 15-meter range. Anything outside of that, it could take a couple more shots, usually 3 shots when I'm outside of that 15-meter range. But it still hits hard and it knocks people out. But there is no staggering against players in the game. Now I ain't gonna lie, I ain't the best shot when it comes to shotguns. I love the P4. The P4 is my bread and butter when it comes to FPS weapons in Star Citizen. But the shotguns, they're a little bit different. You really gotta make them shots count. As you can see here, I missed out one completely shot over his shoulder. And so yeah, it takes some time to get used to. But once you actually use the shotguns more and more in the game and become a master at it, it's a lot easier to use them and it gives you a huge advantage when it comes to close quarters combat within this game. Especially if you're out there doing things like the contested zones and you never know when a player might pipe around the corners, you can easily take them out with 1 to 2 shots while they're trying to unload half a magazine into you. Now, this is the reason why I had to cut this video a little short. A lot of the footage that I had gathered for this video actually ended up being corrupted somehow. I'm not sure what is going on. If you take a look here in my video editor, it's very weird. It's kind of like blurred or grayed out, and I'm not sure why it's like this. But I lost a lot of good footage. I had a really killer round of Arena Commander and I was killing it. And yeah, for some reason, it didn't capture the video properly. And so I'm at a loss here. And the footage I was able to actually recover was extremely choppy. So I do not know what is happening with my computer, but it records certain aspects of the game just fine. But yeah. But if I were to give you guys a final verdict about this gun, I want to tell you that it's actually a lot of fun. It's good to use, especially in contested zones. Me and Gecko were out there and I brought it with me and we were downing enemies left and right. He had the Devastator, I had the Behring BR-2, and we were just having a good old time. Ran into some players, downed them as well, and just having fun out there with a pack of cigarettes and all the booze we can ever handle and going out there dealing with some of the chaos that we were running around with. But we had a good time. This is a fun shotgun. Highly recommend you go out there and just try it out. Just make sure you keep in mind that it's a shotgun. Make sure you stay in that 15 to 25 meter range and it will do you justice. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, bugs and all, typical Star Citizen messing with me. But yeah, make sure you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon for all of my future notifications. The biggest bird in the verse, fried chicken out.